audio article by the Common Constitutionalist entitled, Boys Will Be Boys. Not Anymore. On November 3, 2016, it was announced by the Harvard University newspaper, the Harvard Crimson, that the university had canceled this year's men's soccer season after an Office of General Counsel review found that the team continued to produce vulgar and explicit documents rating women on their perceived sexual appeal and physical appearance. This is horrific because we know that normal American college-age men would never do or even think such a thing, naturally. The practice of rating incoming members of the Harvard female soccer team evidently began in 2012 and has continued through this year. The men's team had evidently been creating scouting reports on incoming members of the women's team, rating their attractiveness and assigning each a hypothetical sexual position. Okay, that's pretty rude. Rating attractiveness, I understand. They are guys after all, but the latter is a little over the top. However bad one thinks this particular incident is, it should not have been grounds to cancel the entire season. Harvard University could not think of any other way to discipline these student athletes. Their entire season had to be canceled over this transgression. They couldn't just issue a warning to cease or the season would be canceled. I guess not. Not when it comes to the one-size-fits-all zero tolerance. I don't doubt for a second that the members of this team believed that this was all in fun and couldn't have imagined such a harsh punishment, as it appears that no action was ever taken by a player toward a female. But this is 2016, where merely complimenting a female on campus might cause her to melt down and run to the nearest safe space. College campuses have become incubators for the wussification of America. Nowhere in this country can you find a larger collection of psychologically inept individuals, utterly incapable of dealing with life. And I'm not merely referring to the student body. I'm also referring to the faculty and administration, who are products of the same cloistered system. But now the cat is out of the bag, as it were. Harvard got the ball rolling, and it appears other institutes of higher learning are following suit and joining the zero-tolerance brigade. Yet another Ivy League school, Columbia University, has suspended the men's wrestling season, while officials investigate text messages sent by team members that include the frequent use of racist, misogynistic, and homophobic terms, the New York Times reports. So they suspend the season while they investigate. That sounds fair. Guilty until proven otherwise. But it gets worse, as we should expect. The Times reports that as of Monday evening, a petition garnered over 875 signatures calling for the expulsion of the wrestlers. Others on the Columbia campus are organizing an event to protest the culture that permeates Columbia's men's athletics teams. May I ask what they are investigating? Investigators do not investigate something unless they suspect one or many is guilty of something. But guilty of what? Guilty of exercising their First Amendment right of free speech? I thought the left was all about free speech. Oh, that's right. Free speech rights only extend to things they approve, or abhorrent speech directed at the right. Then it's okay. In closing, I have a few other thoughts and questions. What would happen if there were homosexual members of the Harvard soccer team who were rating incoming male members? Would the same rules apply? What if it were discovered that the women's team were found to be rating men? Would the zero-tolerance policy still apply? What if investigators at Columbia found texts regarding students of color using racist slurs against whites? In all these cases, I think we know the answer. There would be every attempt to sweep these under the rug or otherwise explain them away. They would be exposed as the hypocrites they are. Speaking of this, it's funny that none of these whiny, pitiful college students, faculty, or administrators appeared to have the slightest problem with Hillary Clinton, who shared the stage with rapper Jay-Z after he completed his set of so-called songs using the worst possible language and objectifying women in the rudest possible way. Funny how that works. Thank you for listening.